At some point, you need to stop and look at where your food is coming from. I actually drove out to this ranch just to see for myself how these cows live and how the animals are treated, and I couldn't believe how well they were treated. To me, it's like cow paradise. This is God's country, and if I were a cow living out the purpose of my life, I would definitely want to live it here. This is complete and total paradise. What we're doing at CODERED is we're getting back to our roots. CODERED is partnering with a local rancher where you can buy your beef or your pork. They will ship it to you if you live in other parts of the country, or they will actually deliver it to you if you are local. But either way, whether you're local or whether you are far away, you can get meat, pork, beef that was raised humanely, sustainably, with kindness, with love, with respect. I was raised on a farm. I understand the kind of work that goes into having farm animals, and keeping green pasture available for these animals is difficult. But this particular farm has 2,700 acres of grazing pasture. This is huge when you've got hundreds of head of beef. So you guys have chosen a little bit of a tougher life. You don't shortcut anything. Why would you purposely choose this very difficult way of raising food for our community?
This kind of came out of left field, honestly. Like, we always thought we'd love to retire up here, and we loved coming up here.
But then it was also like, we don't want to see our ranch go away, you know? Like, my dad worked his whole life here. My great-grandparents lived here, like, you know, legacy type stuff. I think COVID has had a positive impact in people wanting to know where their food comes from. They were seeing meat shortages, seeing, you know, really how beholden we are kind of to 4 big companies.
Yes.
And so for us to be able to go around that, and, you know, with like social media and stuff, it's like people can actually feel like they're right here raising the animals with us.
So not only creating a life for your family that is playing in the dirt and being close to the earth, but a grassroots movement of people realizing where their food comes from. Yeah. They're realizing that wait a minute, this is the way we've been eating for a millennia. We just started getting away from it in the last 50 years, and we need to get back to it.
Absolutely.
The elephant in the room, the price difference between just walking into a grocery store, getting the chicken, the beef out of the section, and people saying, well, I can't afford to eat this way. Yeah. And you know what? You guys call bullcrap on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I think you could skimp on. If you want to clip coupons, that's great. Just don't do it with what you put in your body. That's the big thing for me. You know, we literally have one body, and knowing where your food comes from, how it was raised, like I literally,
what's in that meat?
What better could you put your money into than actually feeding your body? And so yes, our prices are a little higher. We have a process we take them through. It takes a little longer. The way that we actually feed them and raise them, it costs us more to do that. But again, I don't know if there's any better investment than literally what you are putting into your body.
So what I gather here is basically you get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
Garbage in, garbage out. That's what we tell our kids. Garbage in, garbage out, kids.
100%.
People want to complain about the price of a good quality meat that we all know we need. It's a staple of life. Yeah. And yet they're having an $8.26 caramel macchiato. That makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
We've always done this up until just a few dozen years ago. We've always bought food from our farmers. We've always bought food from our ranchers. But I'm rebelling against some of the most influential people on earth, and they think that they know what's best for us. Well, guess what? They don't.
If most people actually knew how their food was raised and what was put into it, they wouldn't feed it to their animals, like to their dogs.
Nobody wants to think about it. They don't want to think about that, you know, where that beef is really dealing with before it comes up on that shelf.
Well, then you have to understand they're a prey animal, right? They have eyes on the side of their head, you know, or looking out as a prey animal would. And so that means that they're in fight or flight a lot if they sense any danger, which releases a lot of different hormones within their body, you know, whether it's cortisol, adrenaline, all of those things. And what it actually does to meat when they're under that level of stress, like in the big feedlots, the overcrowding, the meat actually will look different, which is why so often they diet when it goes to a meat counter.
Yeah, it looks bruised. Beef can be injected with hormones up to 5 times and still be considered safe. So it's like, that's the crap you're getting for outrageous prices.
And that is not happening with your cattle. They're so relaxed. They're living their best life, and they have one, like you said, one bad day. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. And they're tame, and they're gentle, and they're happy. They seem happy. I love that. I love that. I did not know that about the meat. Now, I noticed on the Instagram, and I just noticed because I've gotten to know you a little bit now, that you guys treat your animals with so much kindness. I mean, you're petting them, you know, you're just gentle with them, you're kind. How much do you believe that goes into this whole process?
Huge.
I think it's the biggest difference. It really is. It's like they literally live their paradise life here.
Yeah.
You know, because they're up at 8,000 feet all summer when they're first raised, you know, grass this high, mountain springs. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful up there.
I know it sounds like I'm just saying this, but it is hands down the best tasting meat I have ever had. You guys know me, I'm not gonna just say it. It tastes phenomenal, and the price is the best price I've ever found for grass-fed meat delivered to your door. I would urge you to take the one body that you have and treat it with respect and kindness by giving it the highest quality food that you can possibly put in it. Hey, on a side note, and we probably won't put this part in, I researched your prices and they're very good.
Good.
So I have no problem with your prices. But anyway, okay, back on. Back on, Aaron. It's convenient, it's a great price, and it's the healthiest choice you could ever make for you and your family. Click the link below if you are ready to make this change. I look at these animals, and these animals are not stressed at all. And let's talk about that, because I mean, I get that. You know, you're saying, well, Cristy, you know, I go and I just grab chicken, or I just spit. Hold on. And out of respect for the animal, we should give it the best life we can possibly give it, with kindness and respect and love, while it's growing to live out its purpose of being food for us. That was much better. They have shade, they have running brooks of spring water. Is that how you say it? Creeks? Okay, hold on. Everybody thought it was so glamorous. It wasn't glamorous at all. It was, the finished product was great. The filming was horrible. Camera, lighting, sun up to sun down, like it was just, this is not horrible, I'm just saying.
That's big trucks everywhere.
That's a big trailer, my goodness. Tell me when.
Go ahead.
And when, okay. If I were a cow, I would want to live right here. Like this is perfect. Look at all this green grass. Because this is what cows eat, right? Just grass, okay. I would want to live here. This is beautiful. Yeah. You're such a good sport. Okay.